Right now in Boise, you've got two very different opportunities in the market. On one side, builders are offering rate buydowns, closing cost incentives, and brand new homes. On the other, resale homes are sitting longer, giving buyers more options, more leverage, and more flexibility. So which one makes sense in 2026? Because if you make the wrong choice here, it won't just cost you money, it can completely change how your day-to-day life feels. Now, if we haven't met, I'm Brent, and my team and I help people relocate and buy all over the Treasure Valley. And this is one of the biggest decisions buyers are trying to figure out in today's market. So instead of just listing pros and cons, let's walk through how you should actually think about resale and new construction. Let's start first with new construction because on paper, it looks really strong right now. Builders are offering aggressive incentives. We're seeing rate buydowns, closing cost credits, and in some cases, upgrades included in the deal. And when you run the numbers, they can make a huge difference. I had a client recently comparing resale to a new construction build, and once they factored in the builder incentives, their monthly payment dropped significantly. That played a huge role in their decision. So from a financial standpoint, new construction can absolutely win in today's market. But that is only one part of the equation because you also need to understand where these homes are being built. The majority of new construction right now is happening in West Ada County and pushing into Canyon County. So think South Meridian, Eagle, Star, and Middleton. These are some of the heaviest areas for new construction right now. And there's actually reason for that. That's where the land is available. That's where builders can build at scale. And that's where the valley is continuing to expand. We call it the westward push. So when you buy new construction, you're not just choosing a new house, you're choosing to be in the path of growth. Now, obviously, that comes with some trade-offs because these areas are still developing. You're getting newer infrastructure, but not always mature neighborhoods. Now, you may not have the same level of walkability or established amenities right around you yet, and depending on where you are, you might find yourself driving more than you expected. Now, let's compare that to resale. Obviously, resale is everywhere across the valley. So we're talking Boise, Meridian, Eagle, Nampa, Caldwell, older neighborhoods, newer neighborhoods, and everything in between. And that's what makes resale so different. You're not locked into one type of location. You can choose based on lifestyle first, not just where builders are building. And typically resale homes give you things new construction just can't do. Sometimes you get bigger lots, more established trees, more character, and often better proximity to the things you actually use every single day. From restaurants, parks, schools, downtown, and even where you work. So even if the house itself isn't brand new, the lifestyle can feel more complete immediately. Now, here's where things really separate. In today's market, resale homes are sitting much longer, which gives a lot of buyers leverage. You can negotiate price, you can negotiate repairs, and you can negotiate concessions. You can also negotiate timelines. So if you have some things that you need to do, you have the time to make it happen. That's something that you typically don't get with new construction. Builders want to protect value, so they don't like dropping prices because it impacts the future values of the neighborhood they're building in. So instead, they offer incentives. That right there is the key difference. New construction gives you better terms. Resale gives you more control. And depending on your situation, one of those is going to matter more. But here's the part that most people overlook. The decision is not just about the numbers. It's about how you want to live. Because I've seen this actually go both ways. I had a client with a new construction, brand new home, great incentives, low monthly payment. But after moving in, they realized they were driving 20 to 25 minutes for everything they needed. I mean, we're talking groceries, restaurants, and kids' activities. It just wasn't conducive to the life they wanted. And over time, for them, that actually became frustrating. On the other side, I had a client choose resale. Older home, needed a little work, higher upfront cost. But their kids were riding their bike around the neighborhood, they were close to everything, and their day-to-day life just felt a little easier. So it's not always the case, but that can be the real difference. Now, new construction gives you clean, modern homes and often a better financial setup up front. And as I said earlier, resale gives you flexibility, location, and a more established lifestyle. Now, neither one is better, of course, but they are built for two completely different types of buyers. So the question becomes, which buyer are you? Do you want the new home, lower maintenance, and builder incentives, but a little bit further out from things? Or do you want the established neighborhood, better location, and daily conveniences? Because trying to get both usually leads to compromise somewhere. So here's how I want you to think about it. If you can see yourself walking into a brand new home, everything's clean, everything untouched, no projects, no surprises, that's one version of a win. But if you can see yourself in a neighborhood where the trees are grown in, where your kids are outside riding bikes, and where everything you need is 5 to 10 minutes away, that's a completely different vision of the win. Now, I recently had a client who was set up on new construction. They loved the incentives. They loved the idea of a brand new home. But after we spent the time in the different resale neighborhoods, seeing how they actually could live, they completely changed directions. And believe it or not, they ended up with a home that fit their outside lifestyle more than the inside type of home that they wanted. Now, to be fair, neither option is perfect. New construction can feel a little repetitive, a little cookie cutter, and you're waiting for the area to fully catch up. Now, with resale homes, you might deal with maintenance, updates, and things that just aren't brand new. But what most people don't realize is this: the right decision isn't about the house. It's about how you want your life to feel every single day. Now, if you want help figuring this out before you make the move, feel free to reach out. We walk people through the options based on the situation, so you don't end up second guessing it later. And you can find my phone number on this page. Text me and I will reply immediately. And if you want to see how different areas of Boise actually compare from a lifestyle standpoint, watch the next video.